All right, everybody, this is the History of Video Games Lesson 3, Ralph Baer and the Little Brown Box. Remember to fill in your words, don't forget to check in for attendance, and submit your work when you are done. Ralph Baer was born on March 8th, 1922. He died December 6th, 2014. Here he is on the left-hand side. He is considered the father of video games. He was born in Roldeben, Germany. His real first name is actually Rudolph. All right, when he came to America, changed his name to Ralph. At age 14, he was expelled from school because of his ancestry. Okay, think about the times. He lives in Germany. He's a young boy from Germany, and during this time period, Jewish people were going through a lot of suffering over there. So he ends up getting expelled from school, okay? And he has to attend an all-Jewish school. His father worked in a shoe factory. So we have all these guys who have fathers who are engineers, doctors, okay? Ralph Baer's father worked in a shoe factory. His family feared that more prosecution of Jewish people was inevitable in Germany, and they were right. Baer and his family flee Germany, and they moved to New York City in 1938. They moved just in time as Kristallnacht occurred 2 months after they left. Kristallnacht is known as the Night of Broken Glass. German military and civilians attacked the Jewish citizens of Germany, burned down their synagogues, their businesses, homes, and hospitals. Right? So they escaped Germany just in time. Deaths from post-arrest maltreatment and subsequent suicides are included. The death toll was well into the hundreds on that single night. Additionally, 30,000 Jewish men were arrested and incarcerated in concentration camps. Here's an idea of what happened during Kristallnacht. Okay, burning buildings, military running through the streets, synagogues being burned to the ground on the left-hand side here. Terrible, terrible night in history. They move to America, and Baer later becomes a U.S. citizen. He works in a factory for a weekly salary of $12, but upon seeing an advertisement at a bus station for education in the field of electronics, he quit his job to go study in that field. He graduated from the National Radio Institute as a radio service technician in 1940. However, he was drafted by the U.S. Army in 1943 to fight in World War II. He was stationed in London. He used the GI Bill to pay for college and earned a Bachelor's of Science in Television Engineering from the American Television Institute of Technology in Chicago in 1949. So Ralph Baer is really well traveled. Born in Germany, travels to America, lives in New York City, joins the military, is stationed in London, comes back home to the United States, and lives in Chicago to go to school. So he is all over the place. In 1951, Baer went to work as a senior engineer for Laurel Electronics in the Bronx of New York City, where he designed power line carrier signaling equipment for IBM, company we've already learned about, Herman Hollerith's company. While discussing designs for a new premium television set with other colleagues, Baer suggested that there should be a new feature that would be included in the set to distinguish it and make it stand out from the competition. He wanted to add some sort of interactive game to the television. His company laughed at him, and they wanted nothing to do with it at the time. While sitting again bored at a bus stop, this big public transportation guy, Ralph Baer, rekindled his idea for this interactive video game machine. This is his actual journal of his blueprints, his diagrams, his ideas. Refining his ideas into a 4-page document, Baer wrote down various types of games that he thought would be feasible, such as action games, board games, sports games, chase games, and others. The games would appear on either Channel 3 or Channel 4, and he liked to call them Channel LP. LP stood for Let's Play. Later that year, he drew an elementary schematic of a 2-player game that he called the Chase game. The game consisted of 2 squares or spots that could be moved on the screen in both directions by 2 players. He pitched the idea again and was given $2,500 and the time of two other engineers, Bill Harrison and Bill Rush. They developed the brown box console video game system, so named because of the brown tape in which they wrapped the units to simulate that wood veneer look. They created a simple video game named Corn Dog, and this is the first ever game to be displayed on a standard television set. Baer recounted that in early meetings with a patent examiner and his attorney to patent one of the prototypes, he had set up the prototype on a television in the examiner's office, and within 15 minutes, every single examiner on the floor of that building was in the office wanting to play the game. Baer began seeking a buyer for the system, turning to various television manufacturers who did not see interest in the unit. In 1971, it was licensed to Magnavox, and after being renamed the Magnavox Odyssey, the console was released to the public in 1972. Magnavox Odyssey uses translucent plastic overlays for color graphics and boards. Baer also later created the first light gun and game for home television use, sold grouped with a game expansion pack for the Odyssey known as the Shooting Gallery. The Magnavox Odyssey sold for $99 and they sold over 330,000 units. We'll come back to these videos. Odyssey is the first commercial home video game console. The Odyssey consists of a white, black, and brown box which connects to a television set and two rectangular controllers attached by wires. It is capable of displaying 3 square dots on the screen in monochrome black and white with differing behavior for the dots depending on the games played, and it had no sound capabilities. Players place plastic overlays, these things, onto their television screens to create the visuals, the boards, the backgrounds of the games. The Odyssey console came packaged with dice, paper money, and other board game paraphernalia to go along with each of the games to be played. In 2004, here he is on the left, Ralph Baer was awarded the National Medal of Technology for his groundbreaking and pioneering creation, development, and commercialization of interactive video games, which spawned related uses, applications, and mega industries in both entertainment and education realms. So there's George Bush presenting him with this Medal of Technology. In June 2013, the Museum of Modern Art, the MoMA, in New York City, added the Magnavox Odyssey to its permanent collection of video games because video games are deemed as art. MoMA's Paul Galloway described the console as a masterpiece of engineering and industrial design. He stated it was hard to overstate the importance of Ralph Baer's place in the birth of the industry. The brown box prototype and the TV game number 1 prototype are located at the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of American History in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. All right, so let me see if I can pull up one of these videos for you, or both, and we'll call it a day.
This is Odyssey, the new electronic game simulator. You attach Odyssey to your television set in seconds to create a closed-circuit electronic playground. Odyssey is tennis, roulette, football and hockey, analogic, and geography. Odyssey comes complete with 12 electronic games and educational experiences. Analogic and geography. Odyssey is an electronic teacher. Odyssey is a total play and learning experience for all ages. Odyssey. It's new from Magnavox.
All right, everyone. Let's see if I can get back to that other video for you.
What does your family do on those stay indoors rainy afternoons, or on those cold, blustery winter days? Families who are content to let television do its thing often find themselves at its mercy for a choice of entertainment, while people who want television to do their thing entertain themselves with Odyssey, the electronic game of the future, and the family's best foul-weather friend. Odyssey can be attached to any brand television receiver with a screen size of 18 to 25 inches, either black and white or color. And an ordinary screwdriver is the only tool needed to attach this Odyssey antenna game switch to the antenna terminals on the back of the television set. Once the antenna game switch is attached, you can select the TV position for regular television viewing or the game position for playing your favorite Odyssey game. Odyssey is played through an antenna game switch, and the game cards activate lights on your television screen that bounce, float, or extinguish on contact, depending upon the particular game you've chosen to play. For example, to play Odyssey Tennis, you insert game card number 3 into the master unit. This activates 3 lights, 2 representing the players and 1 representing the ball. Press the special tennis game overlay into position on the television screen, and you're ready to begin an exciting, fast-paced tennis game. The horizontal knob on the left side of each player control unit allows you to move your player light in a left to right or right to left direction. The vertical knob on the right side of each player control unit lets you move your player light in an up and down direction. And the reset buttons on top of each player control unit bring the...
All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Don't forget to submit your notes.